Hi, and welcome to Live at Lunch, the Monday edition. I'm Chris, the Communications Manager here for the WCA. And today we want to talk about compassion, maybe compassion fatigue, and some of the things you might be doing or not doing to take care of yourself and deal with some of the things that are going on. As we know, there's a lot going on in our world and our daily lives around us. And I have a definition of compassion. There's lots of definitions. And the one that I really like and I chose to share with you today is compassion is to recognize the suffering of others and take action to help them. And embodies a tangible expression of love for those who are suffering. And as we talk about what the WCA means, for the last few years our staff and some of our really great volunteers have looked at and talked a lot about what WCA might mean, what those letters mean to us, and we use the association a lot of what compassion accomplishes. If you follow us on social media, you listen to the or watch the video blogs that our CEO B puts out every month. I've heard that before. You might have seen that hashtag, and we hope maybe you choose to use it as well. If you support us, if you look at what we put out, what compassion accomplishes. That's what we work to work toward every day, what compassion accomplishes, and the work that we do, our program staff, what we put on our social media, what we try to work toward educating prevention in schools, the effort, the time, the passion behind what we do, what compassion, what the WCA stands for, and all we strive, and all we do to help break the cycle of domestic abuse and sexual assault. Share this stream. Hey Tracy, thanks for logging in. Share this live post. Share when you tune in every Monday and Wednesday. Share our posts on Instagram, because that's what we're trying to do, is what compassion accomplishes. But what I want to talk about today is having compassion for yourself, having compassion for those around you, because there's a lot of people really having a tough time right now. There is a lot going on, people. There's a lot going on here. We're having higher than ever requests for services. There's a lot going on with people who are experiencing abuse, and abuse comes in many, many forms. We know that, we hear about it, we see it, financial abuse, emotional abuse, but there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress in our daily lives. We're dealing with a global pandemic on a scale like we've never known here locally, like nothing we've ever known. Our daily lives being kind of interrupted, schools and work. We are just doing things that are like nothing we've ever known, and change is just really hard for people. We are in the midst of a civil rights movement nationally, and I think there's a lot of great things that will come out of it, but it's really hard for people. Changing the way that we think, changing the way that we live our lives, changing the way that we speak about things. There's good and there's difficult things about that. So having compassion, recognizing the way that people are suffering, choosing to take some action is what we can all do, and it's not that we all do. Thank you for a reminder to be compassionate. Loopy, oh thank you. Thank you for logging in, Loopy. You're so great. You're a wonderful supporter. She's in the building behind me. I love it. We're here at the Crisis Center downtown, 720 West Washington. A reminder for those of you who might be needing our services. You can also call our hotline 24 hours a day, which is 208-343-7025. We can all be compassionate, as I was talking about, with each other and with ourselves. We're in the middle of change, and the way we do everything, the way we think about everything, the way we talk to each other, the way we're having to interact and learning to interact. There's also a lot of really great things about that. My husband and I went out twice and walked the Greenbelt, and we had to learn to go around people and leave 6 feet and make eye contact with people wearing masks and try to communicate with them with your eyes only. And this is a very friendly town. You say hello to each other, and now trying to pick up on different kinds of cues, interacting with people in the grocery store, interacting with people who are choosing not to wear masks, and trying to pick up cues and interacting in different ways. So allowing ourselves to be compassionate for ourselves and other members of our community. Might just be having a really tough day, might be choosing to take different paths on how they're dealing with everything that's changing and dealing with in this world. And that's for somebody who doesn't really like Facebook Live very much. We're going to give him some grace today, because that's what we have to do. remember to have grace for our fellow community members, and remember that, because having grace and compassion for the people that we interact with is how we can all get through this, and how we can all get through this and come out on the other side having a stronger sense of community, having a stronger sense of self. And I tell you, it is really, really difficult some days, and it's really exhausting. And I hear this from everybody I'm connected with. We are all really tired at the end of the day. It's exhausting, and it's really, really, really lonely and isolating feeling. And we are hearing that as well from those who are being impacted in the line of work that we do, with those who are impacted by abuse, those who are impacted by we're out here in front of the Crisis Center at 720 West Washington, and we've got folks coming around. We got Jen here. She's going to say hi. This is our volunteer special events coordinator. We're in the middle of our back to school program. We've got great members of our community who are coming. You want to say hey?
Yeah, hi everybody. We are fortunate enough to have the fabulous support of our community this year. Able to sponsor 87 kids.
87 kids, a back to school program.
Amazing. So thank you all so much. Can't do it without you guys. So we're in the middle of all the pickups today, so a lot of happy tears and virtual hugs.
Thanks, Jen. That's an amazing example of compassion. People in our community recognizing the need, recognizing these are all clients of the WCA. So families with children preparing to go back to school and practice different environments depending on the school district that they're in. Distance learning, some going back a little bit later, but all in need because they are dealing with the trauma of abuse. And so this is we want to show compassion for those who are in need, and that is key. So that's helping with school fees, that's helping with backpacks, perhaps with clothes, new shoes, calculators. It's amazing. We see this every year. We're going to see it again at Christmas time, and that is showing compassion. But there are other ways you can show compassion right now, because there's a lot of people who are struggling, depression, suicidal thoughts, and just overall, there's a lot of people in need who need a little grace. And all of you out there who might hear this, I think you might need a little grace for yourself. I know that I do right now. And getting out, getting some movement, getting some fresh air, reaching out to a friend, reach out to those you care about right now, because compassion and grace are what we really need to call on right now and show to one another, because I think there's a lot of people out there who are suffering more right now than any of us have ever known, with all of the change and all of the stress across our communities. There's a lot going on, and again, there's a lot of, I think, change for the good happening if we can try to find the silver linings. But even if it doesn't seem like you can find that, then just show some compassion for yourself. And our good friend over at the Wasmuth Human Rights Center, Dan Prinzing, said, you know, it's not that we have to all do the same thing, it's just that we have to do something. And even if that's talking to your children about finding the good in what they're doing each day and what they're seeing each day, or finding something kind they can do for themselves or a neighbor or some family member, writing a letter, reaching out to a neighbor, looking at the really cute dog walking by. I love dogs. My dog has never been happier right now because he's getting a lot of good walks. He got 9 miles on the Greenbelt this weekend. He's a happy puppy. So you know, it's a really difficult time right now, and compassion and empathy. You know, what compassion accomplishes is very significant and something to think about. I know that a lot of people are really struggling with social media right now, but people are spending more and more time looking at it. And I've heard from a number of people saying, I unfriended someone that I've known since high school, or I can't believe this person I've known for so long thinks this way or believes this way, and I'm astounded. Or you get into these word battles and exchanges over social media. And I would really encourage you all to just try to step back if you have those feelings and take a deep breath and remember that's a screen you're looking at. That is somebody who may be struggling, they may be venting because that's the only interaction they have, that may be the only way they're expressing those things, and try to resist doing that. If you are feeling yourself being caught into that, and that raging, that firing exchanges on social media, put down your tablet, put down your phone, walk away from that. You can actually kind of hide some of it. You don't have interactions, social interactions with the people that we used to, maybe not going to work, maybe you're not working right now, you can't go to the gym, you can't go to your social clubs and your interactions. We're all under a great deal of strain, so trying to find that compassion and allowing for that grace is more important now than ever before. And trying to find some common ground and those mutual interests with people, and avoiding those conversations with people that you care about, remembering you care about them. There are people that you care about, and remembering those things that you actually like about them. If you find yourselves going down the path of those conversations where you're going to have that confrontation, just compassion and grace right now are really important things, and getting out and moving are really important. Self-care, we talk about a lot here, and it's more important than ever, I believe, to find things that bring you joy. And I don't mean going through unless that's what brings you joy right now. And if my husband's watching this, nope, we're not going to go through room by room and get rid of everything, although I know you'd really like me to. So if you're watching, no, we're not doing that tonight. I believe it works, so it doesn't matter. And if you're watching, I love you very much. So finding things in your life that bring you joy, whether that's a new hobby or again writing letters. My son is at boot camp right now, and so that's not very hard for me. I'm writing him at least a letter a day, and I find that writing a letter is really a lost art because I've forgotten how to actually sit down and write a letter. It's not just typing out a text or a Facebook message, or like truly writing about my day or the things I'm doing or the things I'm thinking. You know, I'm finding joy in that now, and laughing at myself as I'm writing silly things, and that's truly now bringing me joy. Writing a letter, write to a grandparent, write to an old college friend, or a high school friend, or reconnect with people. Think about things you used to enjoy, and maybe get on your bike again. I see a lot of people riding bikes. Garden, paint rocks. A lot of people eat rocks. It's really fun to see around. We love to have some fun different steps. So find joy. Write letters. Do yoga. Yoga picturing is really great. I've been doing that every morning. So yeah, have some compassion for yourself. Grace. You might not be doing or saying the same things you agree with. And remember, not everybody's having a great day today or tomorrow, but allow some compassion and grace and find some things that bring you joy. And again, if you know somebody who might be experiencing some abuse at home, reach out to them. Our 24-hour hotline is available. Domestic abuse hotline is 208-343-7025. The sexual assault hotline is 208-345-7273. And I am coming to you live at lunch on Monday in front of our crisis center at 720 West Washington. We are open 8:30 to 4. We have court advocates here, at least one every day. Assist with and they can be reached by calling our business line as well, 208-343-3688, extension 200. We have great services from counseling and virtual support groups, financial empowerment programming, and case management, and as well as safe shelter. We also have virtual prevention education and community education, so we'd love to talk to you about how you can help break the cycle of violence and support survivors of sexual assault in the community. So give us a shout out, give us an email, info@wcaboise.org, because we believe that everyone can play a role in helping break the cycle of violence in our community and make our community even more wonderful than it is. So tune in on Wednesday for Live at Lunch, and we'll come to you live every Monday and Wednesday.